now we in 2025.
2026.
I mean 2026. We're in 2026. 25, 26.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, 25, 26. You gotta have both. I mean, back in the day when we was coming up, it wasn't about the character. My father can fix any character. If you could play, he's gonna work with you. He's gonna figure it out with you.
He's gonna adjust your attitude.
Yeah, your attitude.
Yeah.
He gonna fix that. Now it's 50-50. I still try to take on some kids I try to fix, but it can't just be all out. It gotta be, they gotta have both.
Gotta have a balance. Yeah. Because with NIL and all of that, like you gotta have character. So
yeah.
What advice do you give young players trying to make it?
Just trying to make it, know where you come from, know it's possible. You can make it. I always dream big, man. I tell, that's one thing my father has taught me and is instilled in me, and I give it to the kids. Think big. If you think you can get to the NBA, then let's do it. Let's get there. Man, don't, it's possible, and coming from Chicago, anything is possible. So I tell kids, you want to get there, think you're going to get there, and you will get there.
That's what I'm all about, like really putting Chicago on the map. We have some of the coolest individuals that come out of Chicago, and I just feel like we ain't never really got our just do our shake. New York has had their run, you know what I'm saying, where all of their individuals, so that's why we created this platform, Chicago Blueprint, of bringing out Chicago.
And shout out to this platform, shout out to the Blueprint, that bringing Chicago out. I think, when I hear other people talk about our cities, we got enough great ones here that can care about our city and talk about our city. And I think we need more people like you and more people, who getting our word out about our city. I just think it's, our city is great.
It's a story that needs to be told.
You
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're not all about killing and violence, you know what I'm saying, as the media portrays.
As the media portrays, all about killing and violence. Mm-hmm. Like, no, we see it, I mean, we have seen it, but that's not, our city is much way bigger than that, Don't take what's 5% going on in our city and make it our narrative. No, it's not. We got a lot of kids who make it.
Yeah, yes, we do. Great city to visit in the summertime. When the weather's nice.
Yeah.
Okay. What are parents getting wrong in youth sports today?
One thing parents probably getting wrong is, I think sometimes parents might get wrong where they think, their kid automatically a superstar, and they don't want to, they not the parent no more. They are the fan now. They like the brother and sister. They don't want to be. They ain't the parent no more. Now the kid running everything, running the household. I think that's where they're getting it wrong. You got to be the parent.
At all times.
Yeah, at all times, because he need to understand respect. And I think where these parents mess up, man, I see it happening so many times. They start running you, and you as a parent, they looking like you like, no. But the ones that stay firm on their kids and be the parent, them the ones that the kids always gonna respect.
Yeah, you've helped develop some incredible talents through Mac Irving. Out of all the players you've seen come through your program, was there one moment where you watched a kid play and thought this one is special?
Man, I started coaching early in the summer leagues early, when I was a player, and I seen Antoine Walker early. And I said, man, he got some Magic Johnson in him. Antoine had a lot of stuff to his game. So as a player, I kind of sensed that. Another guy I ran to, my other best friend, was Sean Marion. I was young and I was coaching him, and I'm his age, and the things he was doing out on the court, and I said, man, it's he's different, you know. And when you look at his numbers in the NBA, he's different, you know.
Definitely
tied
was.
his jersey in Phoenix.
Yep.
But then when I got older and took over the program, Jabari Parker. Jabari Parker, man. Jabari Parker, man. Woo, Jabari Parker. Jabari, that was one kid I coached where I said, I'm never out of a game. I watched him dominate from start to finish. And Jabari, what he brought at the table was 6'9", put it on the deck, athletic, can shoot the three. Jabari was different. And I haven't, and I had, what's crazy, I had Jahlil Okafor right after Jabari, who's ranked #1 in the country. And Jahlil was just a powerful, unstoppable center. But Jabari was, he was different. He was different. And I still haven't seen, and if he didn't have them knee surgeries, and he's still a great player.
Still a great player, yeah.
Yeah, still a great player. Even with the knee surgery, still a great player. But I think that if the world would have seen Jabari Parker at this, he would have. There's no way Jabari couldn't have went down as probably one of the top 5 greats to ever play this game if he would have just stayed on pace, because he was different.
Yeah,
he was different, and
was.
he was the one that had it from athletic top to bottom. And the smartest player I ever coached was Jalen Brunson. I mean, Jalen was the smartest player I coached. You know, he wasn't 6'9", he wasn't athletic, but he thought the game, and he was always a winner. He always willed us to. We won tournaments with Jalen Brunson, but he was the smartest smartest player I coach.
You can see that still to this day on the court with him. He's not the biggest guy, but he gonna outthink you.
Yeah, he can outthink you, and that's what he's doing now in the NBA. He's